Hi guys, it is Crystal here, and I am going to change my Guardian sensor. So this is a sensor on the charger, and it's been on here for about 30 minutes. And you can tell that it is done charging because it is not blinking anymore. And you can also tell when it's ready. When after you take it off the charger, it has to blink these green lights. There it is. And once that blinks, that means this is ready to put on. So we have my sensor ready to put on. And now the second step is to prep the site that we're gonna put it on. So I just like to use this alcohol prep pad just to get off all the lotions or sunscreens, anything that we use throughout the day, just to get that off so that way we can get a more secure bond to the skin, and that way the sensor stays on, because sometimes it's annoying when they keep on coming off, and it's because we didn't do the proper treatment beforehand. So yeah, I just like to clean that up. And then we have our sensor. So let's open this guy up. Okay, just like this. We have our little needle and everything in here. So that goes right here. Then we have our inserter, which just makes life easier. Goes right over the sensor. So just like this, push down, lift up, and then it is ready to go with that needle, ready to boom. But also what I like to do is to also just take this other little piece off, so that way it really secures to the skin right away. And when I do it on my arm, I kind of like to get like a position where I can get all my fat together. So I'm gonna put it, I think I put it right there. I'm gonna put it a little higher. Okay. And then I just push down and let it really sink in for about 5 seconds, just to make sure that it is in, and she is. Let me take out the needle. Yay! So we have our site, which is ready for the sensor. Yay, yay! And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put on some skin tack. And this is something that I just discovered this year after being diabetic for 12 years, and is literally a lifesaver. Okay. This is being a little weird. But I used to put the skin tack on before. I would put on this little guy, but then a lot of my sensors weren't reading very accurate. So I called Medtronic just to see what I could do. And it might be easier to look through here. And they said to put skin tack on after I put this sensor on, and it will stay a lot better. Okay, so I have that. Let it dry a little bit, just so it can get sticky. I mean, my fingers are already sticky. I remember the first time I used skin tack, and I just took out the pad, and I was just putting it on like I do the alcohol pad, and my fingers were so sticky after. So I just kind of like to rip it off the top and then just use this to put it on, even though it's still got my fingers. But okay, so this should be ready to go now to put on my first tape. And the first tape, I just like to use a Medtronic tape because it really helps secure down that the sensor right here. So skin tack is ready, and we want to put on the tape before we put on the sensor, just because it really helps that sensor stay secure. Okay. Okay, so that goes right there. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, and then the tape, I just like that. And then this other side of tape. Okay. So that's the tape right over the sensor, but I always like to leave like a little room so that way it's still able to connect. So we have our Scentsy. He is ready to go on. I just like to go like this just to okay. Okay, and Scentsy is on. Cool, cool. So that's the first. I used to put on another Medtronic tape on the other side, but I just noticed that water would always get in it and it'd be like fail sensor. There's a lot of other things. So I actually started getting Nexcare Tegaderm, which has really been helping because it's just with this one single piece of tape. So I don't have to put two, and there's just full tape over it. So there's no holes. There's no little cracks for water to get in. Even though it's supposed to be like watertight, there's been so many times that water has gotten in mine. So this looks like this. And I put my sensor right here, take off the tape, works real nice. So let's take the tape off. And then we're just gonna put this one like here. And I like to really get close to the sensor. Sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I like to just really go around, definitely with the Tegaderm, so that it just stays secure. Okay, so it seems pretty secure. Okay, and then the last step, so I have to make sure this is on. Just to take this guy off. And Tegaderm just makes it super easy for application too, because then it's just right there. And I always like just to pat it down after, just really secure it while it's fresh, so it does last the full week. I kind of sweat a lot when I work out, so sometimes it doesn't stay on, but with Tegaderm, skin tack, and prepping it before, it's really helped out. What's up? And that is how you change your Guardian sensor on your arm too, which is sometimes kind of hard. So I always like to get that nice, where it gets like the fat out, kind of, because sometimes like this is just kind of hard. But yeah, I hope this gave you guys a little guidance, or if you're just intrigued about how to put on Guardian sensors, yay. And everybody have a good rest of your night. Bye.